Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Well, I survived yesterday. By that, hopefully you'll subscribe. Yeah, yesterday was a long journey. Excuse me. 210 kilometers one direction from our house. So that's 420 kilometers. Roughly what, 240 miles, something like that. Here in the Philippines, that's a long way. Negros is if I remember correctly, is the fourth largest island in the Philippines. No, Grace and I have lived here on this island for the past 10 years. You would think we've covered the whole island. No, long way from it. But, I have told Grace many times that we needed to go to the west side. And she was always afraid to travel that side for some odd reason. Well, to be honest with you, Grace was afraid to travel anywhere when I first met her outside her little safety zone. It took me a long time to get her to get out of that little frame of mind. Now she's eager to explore, but it took years to do it. I can remember times riding a motorcycle when we lived in Cebu. Oh, we can't go there. Well, why? It might be bad people or MPA or something like that. She had a high fear of going into strange places. But now she's gotten more comfortable with it. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I've been wanting to go to the west side. And I'm going to post a Grace's video when I finish my video here. Please bear with me. Yesterday was tough on me. And I'm just recovering, as everybody knows, with my left eye. But the things I like to mention: traffic. How was the traffic? I've traveled on several islands here on the Philippines. Grace and I have. And traffic always has been an issue. Even on this side of the island, there's places that traffic's an issue. And you have to drive very defensive. When I mean very defensive, even at your best, things will pop up on you. There's no correct way of saying how to drive here in the Philippines. But yesterday, as we crossed over to the other side, one of the things I noticed, traffic had more discipline. I was in shock. Things didn't happen abruptly. You could actually anticipate things that was going to happen. Which, it's a good thing. It felt good. But the bad thing is, it makes you get too laxed in driving when you get back into the real world, as I call it. And the road conditions on the other side, they were fairly good for the most part. Oh, I'm glad I brought that up. I can't remember the community that we drove through. But my God, they put on the main highway now this ungodly speed bump with no forewarnings, no color variation, nothing. And it just so happened I wasn't traveling all that fast. If I'd been going at a normal speed that I drive, it could have been catastrophic. Now, we're not talking about a little bump in the road. We're talking about something humongous. I was running, I think, around 40 kilometers per hour, thereabouts. It wasn't fast. It wasn't real slow. But I hit that thing, and it took our little van airborne. Unreal. No forewarning whatsoever. Scared, what out of me and everybody else. Well, after that, we come across, I think, 3 more of them in this community. Again, I had reduced my speed to 50% at least, if not more. And all eyes were peered on the road. Now this is just before daylight. And the way the lighting was, those speed bumps from a distance looked level. But we're talking about speed bumps that had about a 6-inch rise, maybe a little more. And they're about, if I was guessing, if we put a tape measure, probably 8 foot. I mean, they were huge. But the way the design was, early in the mornings like that, with the lighting just coming into effect, they look just as level as any road you ever look at. And this is a decent highway. So you if you're a stranger, you'd have a tendency to run much faster than I was running. I was running slower because of my eyesight, for one thing. And we're just lucky. If ever, it could have been, like I said, catastrophic. Well, at least I know I got good suspension. All the work I put in that little van, it paid off. Whew. And the little van made a wonderful trip yesterday. I've got to say, it did good. Oh, wow. But the rest of our trip, went uneventful until we got almost to our destination. We was probably within 45 minutes of it, maybe. And I was paying attention to the GPS, and I actually, for some reason, it took me in a different direction than I needed to go. Now, this is a pretty good sized city, and I can't remember the name of it. Of course, you'll catch it on Gracia's video. I think she calls it by name. Anyway, it took us downtown, and the turns it wanted me to make. Grace said, "Well, it's going to take us right back where we came from." And I said, "I know." So we used our instinct, just went straight towards the ocean, because we knew we had to travel south on the west side. And the ocean should be to our right all the time. We knew that. But it brought us up on this beautiful, amazing beach. Pure white sand. It was gorgeous. And Grace and I have discussed it. It says, or next time we get, once we get settled down and actually can plan a little vacation, we're going to go there and spend a little time and explore. It'd be worth the adventure. So, our little GPS interruption paid off. And Grace done some pictures, one thing and another. I didn't get through much as far as video or pictures yesterday. I didn't get through any. I was using my phone strictly for the GPS. It was tied up. But we made our designation. About 15 minutes later than we expected, but it was fine. And meeting the guy that we was buying our chickens from was a very good experience. It was better than Grace and I expected. The place was typical Filipino style, but it was neat and clean. He kept all the chickens were clean. The area was clean, and he had our Rhode Island Reds in one particular pen, the adults, and they look healthy, strong, and we got two huge roosters. One, I say he's probably about 2 months old, 2.5 months old, because we got 3 roosters. But overall, it was just a good experience. And our chicks, he ended up giving us, I think, 3 extras or something like that, which is it's quite nice. And then we got the black astrogop, and we got a brown Brom, I think they call them. We got 5 of those chicks. And Grace fell in love with them when she seen a couple of the adults, because they had feathers all the way down their legs, all the way to the ground. And they were huge. And she said, I'd like to have some of those. And I said, well, if they're for sale, why don't you try to get a few? Well, they didn't have any adults, so we ended up with 5 chicks. But anyway, I'm looking forward to doing some videos of the chickens. And hopefully it'll be some entertainment and some education for everybody. And you don't know how much it means to me, to everybody out there that does follow my videos. You're subscribing and taking your time out to listen to me rattle. So, folks, if you don't mind, stay tuned, subscribe, and hopefully everybody does extremely well. Thank you very much.